And welcome back to Get Fit in 30. I'm your host, Mike Rivera. Guys, today we have a local favorite. They go by Mystique Medical Spa here in Fresno, California. We are blessed to have COO here, Miss Barbara, to tell you about facials, filler, Botox, and everything in between. Barbara, welcome back to the show, young lady. Round two. I love you, girl. I love you. Oh, yeah. And the merch, guys. Isn't it lovely?
Michael, I actually have a gift for you.
I get one. Now, making sure it's this medium, because you guys know I like them snug. I like to look nice.
We had to get him a tiny Tim size, but that's okay.
Dang!
So
okay, at least she's honest.
Next time you're on the show, we're going to wear this together.
I can't wait.
Okay, great.
I'm part of Mystique. Yes. So, like I always like to say, how does health and fitness help you through your daily life?
Oh my goodness, without it, what are we even doing? So to me, it breaks down into a couple components. There's mental health, and then there's physical health. And so for me, mental health is prayer, meditation, time with my life coach, and most importantly for me, time with my family and my son. So the little things like taking my 16-month-old on a walk and smelling the flowers and seeing the birds in the air and the fresh grass, that's a big deal for me. I love that. Physical health, I get the honor and privilege of working out with you 3 to 4 times a week, and you're my accountability buddy, really.
Thank you. Yeah. I appreciate that. You know, team strive for greatness over here. Fort Washington Fitness on Friday in Fort Washington. Just plug it.
Catch us on Saturday at 9 a.m.
There we go. I love that. So, with that being said, we're talking Mystique, right?
Yeah.
COO. What does that mean?
It means Chief Operating Officer.
Okay.
So my job is to ensure that the operations of the practice are in tip-top shape, from safety to outcomes to customer service.
Okay, excellent. What do you guys offer there?
Everything that is non-surgical cosmetic enhancement. So Botox, fillers, laser hair removal. You guys just saw us 2 weeks ago doing cool sculpting and
that cool tone.
Cool tone. We're gonna get Ellie on the machine the next time because we know that she's gonna get to 100, no problem.
She's very youthful, Barb.
Yeah,
she's like 21. I'm an old man, all right? That was intense though, but it was a good intense. What's crazy about that is, and this stays between you and I,
and the rest of the TV world.
I went home. I was like, oh, I got abs.
You felt right?
Right. They were more defined than usual.
Yes.
Which is crazy.
Imagine if you'd gone to 100 and done a full treatment.
I know, and that was only like 2 minutes.
Yeah.
It was actually pretty cool.
Yeah.
And then the cool sculpting was fun to watch. It was fun to watch how she went through that whole process. It's very cool.
It's literally cool. It's a different, no pun intended. It is a different type of technology, and a lot of people, you know, they'll look for how to contour or how to get rid of fat, but freezing your fat is a very interesting concept, not something people think about. And the fact that it's in the Central Valley, it's in our backyard, so accessible, and like we went over, we have 2 machines with a total of 4 applicators, which makes sure that treatment is super speedy for you, so you can get in and get out and get back to your daily life. Sochi, the day after her treatment 2 weeks ago, was back at work the very next day.
That's huge.
So yeah, super easy. You can resume your activities of daily life very, very simply. Like, you know, we talked about, you can work out the next day. Right,
and with that, with the other amenities, you always say Botox is your #1 seller, correct?
Yeah, absolutely.
Why do you think that is?
Well, Botox is like milk, right? People know it by name. It's like Kleenex, it's like a Q-tip. Yeah. People call and they ask for Botox. It's actually interesting. A lot of people call and say, hey, I want my lips to be plumped a little bit. Can I get in for Botox? People think that Botox is a term that applies to a lot of different areas of improvement in medical aesthetics. Obviously, we help guide them and navigate them for what the right services are to achieve their goals.
Right.
Botox is something that is a lunchtime appointment. It takes 10 minutes at the most to inject. Quick. The entire appointment's 20 from the time you're in my office to out. And the results are very consistent, and they last for about 3 to 4 months. And the price ranges, if you're doing, you know, a full treatment, can be anywhere between $300 to $1,000. So for something that lasts for 3 to 4 months, it's one of the most financially reasonable services that you can get.
Now, when applying Botox, or they call it Juvederm?
Juvederm.
I was almost there, Juvederm. They say when you're working out and when you're fit, it actually dissolves quicker. Now, is that true?
So your metabolism plays a factor into it. Everyone is going to absorb the product at a different rate. Right. Hyaluronic acid is it's something we already produce in our bodies. So this is a synthetic form of hyaluronic acid, and we place it wherever it's necessary. Your body will bond around it, and it will look and feel very natural if your injector has been trained properly, which is super important. People forget that the procedures that happen at a med spa is a fun term. It's a medical spa because everything we do there is a medical service. So it's important to make sure that no matter where you go, of course I want you to come to Mystique, but even if you're not going to come to Mystique, make sure that your provider has been properly trained and that they not only got trained one time, that they have ongoing and consistent training to make sure that their technique is at the top of the industry standards.
I love that. Guys, that is fully detailed over here at Mystique Med Spa. So now, with that being said, back to Get Fit in 30. You know I like to do a little bit of fitness-based exercises while we're here in the studio. So first, what she's gonna do, guys, is work on her flexibility. Now, she gets a little frustrated with me at the gym. She says, Mike, you know my lunges. My lunges are pristine. I said, you don't have to be perfect, Barb. You don't have to be perfect. So what she's gonna do, guys, she's gonna do a side lunge, something that you can do at home, come back in the middle, and go back to a back lunge. Now make sure.
Yours looks so pretty.
Girl, thank you. I'm gonna show you from the side, come back, and a back lunge. Make sure the knee stays behind the toes, back is flat, chest is up, eyes are forward. You're gonna place 30 seconds on the clock. Now remember, you can do 3 to 4 rounds, 10 to 15 reps, or 3 to 4 rounds for 30 seconds each.
Okay.
Barb, please,
no
show the
pressure.
viewers at home. Go ahead, get
no
right,
pressure.
right center.
Okay, I might
spot
need
you, Barb.
squatting. I've only been doing these for like 2.5 months.
But you're phenomenal at it.
Okay, so
all right, side.
We're gonna go side.
Come back and give me a back lunge.
Woo!
It's okay, I'm here for it. I'm here for it. Let's do it again. Remember, guys, 30 to 45 seconds is on the clock. As she does this, you're gonna follow along at home. She does it with such ease, such grace.
You're so
you're doing great over here. COO Barb herself, guys, over at Mystique Medical Spa in Fresno, California. Where the cross streets, Barb? Where the cross streets over there?
Ooh, Fresno and Howard.
Fresno and Howard, right by Kaiser, right?
Yeah, road that leads into Kaiser.
I love that. When we get back, guys, from commercial break, we're going to be in the podcast room, deep diving Barb, how they got started over at Mystique Medical Spa, and what other amenities they have to offer. See you soon. Get Fit in 30, sponsored by Mystique Medical Spa, located in Fresno, California. Your go-to location for facials, fillers, Botox, and everything in between. See you soon. So guys, now we're back in the podcast room with Mystique Medical Spa and Miss Barbara. You know, Barbara's one of my favorites over here, and she is a proud sponsor of Get Fit in 30, and we love that. So,
yeah, happy to be here.
Barb, how was your workout right now?
You know, after we got off camera, I asked to do the other half of my lunges to make sure both sides are even, yeah. Right?
She actually is correct.
Yeah.
She didn't want to be disproportioned. Yeah. And I said, Barb, you are a perfectionist. That may be part of your ADD, but I don't know.
ADHD.
Oh,
get it right.
Okay, welcome in. So,
she knows.
About you, how did you guys get started? Because it's a family-ran business, correct?
Yeah, yeah.
Cool.
So mom and dad started it?
My father started the urgent care that we have.
Okay.
And we had a doc who was interested in bringing Botox into the practice.
Okay.
And my dad said, I don't really care, do whatever you want. And so we used to get 1 vial of Botox a month. And at the time, there was only one indication for Botox. Mm-hmm. So 1 vial was basically for 4 patients for that one area.
Oh, what year was it?
January of 2004.
Okay.
So 20.
Ellie, how old were you in 2004?
I was still in the womb in January.
Isn't that crazy, Barb? No, Barb, I trip out every time. It's a trip.
It is. We bring it up with all the guests. I
boy.
was born in October, so I was still cooking. And well, actually, no, I think.
Yeah.
I was like probably still cooking, maybe just brand new into the womb, but
a zygote.
Yeah.
In any case, so you guys started in 2004.
Yeah,
so
January 2004.
Around, what is
yeah.
that? 20 plus years, right?
22 years. Yeah, I get. Yeah,
Yep.
you're 21. Oh my gosh, wow! I can't believe it. So anyway, so yeah, my dad said, "Do whatever you want." So we moved into the building that we're in now, that we were in 2 weeks ago.
Nice, yeah.
And we used to have an event we started an event back then called Spa Night, which has since grown. And we used to get maybe 40 people that would come watch live demos because the treatments were so new, and it was just really revolutionary. And my dad, I was 16 at the time when we had moved into the building we're in. And so my dad would check me out of study hall, and then I would go to the office for study hall and lunch. I would set up for these events, go back to school, and then come back and help him run the events in the evening.
Wow.
So started at Mystique when I was 16. We actually officially became Mystique in 2008. My dad wanted to name the med spa Cirrus, like the clouds.
Yeah.
And at the time, baby blue was not in. It was a childish color, and he wanted clouds and baby blue. And I'll have to show you the old marketing at some point. But I said, absolutely not. So we started Googling synonyms for mystery. Because people used to call and say, I want my Botox. Or they would come in with hoods on and big sunglasses because it was it was taboo, right? To talk about medical aesthetics. And so we started Googling synonyms for mystery, and hence the name
really
Mystique.
cute. Yeah.
So we actually became Mystique in 2008, so 18 years ago. And so I went to, finished high school, obviously, went to college, came home, and he was going to shut the med spa down when I was 21. So that's now 16 years ago. And he said, these girls, everyone's coming into my office crying. I can't deal with the drama.
All the emotions behind it.
The med spas can have some, they can have some dramatic employees. And he said, it's just not worth the money that I'm making. And I said, Dad, please let me try to run it. Let me give it a go. Right. So by the time I was 22, so 15 years ago, he said, okay, honey, go ahead.
Yeah.
It's yours to run. So I took it from about a $200,000 a year company, grew it to a $4.3 million a year company in about 10 years. And Mystique, certainly has we're known around the Valley. We have a good reputation, and I'm very proud that we were able to turn it around. And the thing I'm most proud about is our culture.
Excellent.
Our culture is absolutely incredible. My team, you can feel it. Our patients feel it when they walk in. They all legitimately get along. Yeah. We are very customer service focused, so I don't deal with any crying in my office at all.
No drama, lady.
Besides when Mike does the cool tummy.
Yeah, well, that maybe some patience. No.
I went back to that.
I'm sorry, it was funny.
But yeah, I have the best job in the world. I get to provide patients with confidence.
Awesome. Yeah.
So
that's so cool.
Yeah.
That is key.
Yeah.
That is key. Now, do you imagine seeing Mystique Medical Spa everywhere in the Central Valley, as far as franchises and things of that nature?
Yeah, I don't know if I want to franchise because I feel like you lose like some control of your brand.
Okay.
My dream and my goal is to have 100 Mystiques. So I'd love to expand across the entire. I actually say that when my 100th Mystique is in Spain, then I'll be ready to retire.
Wow, I love that.
Big
Very
goals.
ambitious.
I like that. Yeah.
That's what dreams are made of. People have that ambition every day. Now, with that, is mom and dad still a part of the business?
So my dad passed away in 2018. He had ALS, so that was real rough. He got diagnosed and passed within 6 months.
Oh, wow.
When that happened, I took over our urgent care also. That was his baby. The med spa was my baby.
Right.
So yeah, now we have about 40 employees between both sides, and I'm miss seeing the patients as much. I'm not in the day to day.
Yeah.
I'm, back to me being a COO.
Right.
I manage the operations, and I talk to my managers and my leadership team, on a daily basis. But it's not the same when you don't get to see the people as much. But we just had an event the other day, and someone that has been coming to us for 20 years walked up and said hi to me, and it's just so cool that we have that sort of a history in the Valley at this point, to have patients that have been with us for 20 plus
That
years.
relationship, that's cool.
So it's like coaching a team. When you coach a team, they need to know mom and dad, meaning the coaches, are still going to be there in 3-4 years when their brother or sister comes up, for football, basketball, baseball, whatever.
Yeah.
So you guys are that established here in town. So people that have gone there for many years, now send their daughters. Now sitting there, you know, husbands, even though guys, we don't talk about it much about getting Botox. I don't never had it, but I don't know, you know. But I'm just saying it's cool when people can come back to a familiar face, you know, month in and month out, and see you on your staff there.
We see grandparents, parents, and kids.
Wow.
And,
That's
you know,
cool.
that to see the multi-generational families come through is, you know, I think it's a great compliment to our reputation and to the customer service that we provide and the outcomes that we're providing.
Definitely.
Correct. So when we get back from commercial break, guys, we're going to talk about facial, filler, Botox, everything in between, maybe even her sweatshirt she has on now. Because, guys, they have some new merch. See you soon. Fit and 30 this Friday, noon on KC24 with Mystique Medical Spa from Fresno, California.
I'm Barbara, the Chief Operating Officer. Tune in. You'll see everything Med Spa behind the scenes.
So like I said, we're going to talk facial, filler, and Botox. First off, facials. Now, when I was talking to you about this a couple weeks back, you said, Mike, they're not normal facials.
Yeah.
They're medical facials, right? So what's the difference?
So there's, you know, I guess a commonly used term for a facial is like a European facial, and that's something more that's relaxing. Everything that we have in our office is results driven. So we offer a Diamond Glow medical microdermabrasion. Our patients, not necessarily knowing the difference, they might refer to it as a facial. Diamond Glow is made by the same people that make Botox, actually.
Very cool.
And it's in the serums that we use are in conjunction with the Skin Medica skincare line, which is a medical grade skincare line. So it's really cool. What I really love about Diamond Glow is that the serums that we're using in the treatment are the same technology that we have in our take-home products. So our patients can really go from treatment room to at-home care and make sure that there's consistency with the results that they're trying to achieve.
That's wild.
Yeah.
That's intense, man. So facials have came a long way.
Yeah, there's still, I mean, you could still go other places and, you know, get a basic relaxing facial and, you know, you can call me and I'll give you my recommendation. But outside of that, Diamond Glow is a medical microdermabrasion. There's a diamond tip on it, and it not only infuses serums but also has suction to pull those the dead skin
Like the
cells.
toxins, all that stuff. Yeah. Okay.
Pulls all the junk back, and we'll show you your little gunky jar. It's kind of it's a little bit gross.
That's
always
but a lot
fun
of
to see,
people.
though.
You know, it's like it's like popping a zit.
Yeah, I mean, okay, maybe it's the same.
I mean, okay.
Yeah, it's just you can see the dead
difference.
skin,
Yeah.
and then you can also see the difference when you walk out of the treatment room, and you're genuinely glowing. Our patients are genuinely glowing, which actually is why I decided to come on your show today with no makeup on.
Yeah, you are glowing.
Oh, that's so sweet of
I
you.
keep looking at your skin.
She
'cause I'm
shines like a
I
diamond,
want your
kid.
skin.
Shines like a diamond.
Well,
I'm like, it's flawless. Like, it looks really good.
you know, you could take off your shirt easily because you're a trainer, right? You should.
Yeah,
you
I
should be
mean,
able to do that. So
yeah.
I need to represent my brand in the way that,
That's her work.
you know, I use.
That's her work.
Yeah, I use great skincare, and you know, I've been receiving treatments since I was 16 years old, and there's an element of prevention there too. I started getting Botox when I was 21 years old, and people would say all the time of like, even now that I'm 37, people say, why do you get Botox? Like, I don't understand. And yet on the other side, they go, your skin is absolutely gorgeous. You're absolutely glowing. You don't need makeup. And you know, we just talked about that you're 21 and Mystique.
Yeah, so that's what I was going to say next. So when would a good time for her to get these procedures? You know, she's 21, doesn't have really a lot of money because she's in college and working, you know, different jobs. Or not, she graduated from college, my bad.
Yeah, congrats.
Thank you.
Working in jobs, but you know, when you're young, you know, you don't have that much money.
You're on a different budget.
And funds, correct.
sure.
Yeah.
So how would a young person, how would they go about doing these kind of procedures and being able to afford it?
Well, the number one way that that our procedures are the most affordable in my office is we offer a membership.
Okay.
And our membership is really cool because you bank money to your account, and it's a monthly deposit. And then whenever you're ready, you come in and use that. And depending on the level of membership that you sign up for, your discount increases.
Oh, wow.
Based on the
Okay.
level of money you decide to bank. So our most financially feasible membership starts at $87 a month.
Okay.
And
wow.
Right? It's pretty reasonable.
That's pretty
Very
reasonable. Very.
And again,
What would that be?
it's you get discounts on everything.
Oh.
Yeah, no
So
matter
you just,
what
like,
level of membership.
pay the membership, and then you can kind of get
whatever?
like any treatment done?
Absolutely.
That fits within it?
That $87 every single month gets deposited to your account.
Gotcha.
So it's not a sunk
okay,
cost.
so you basically like build a bank account there.
Yeah.
And then whenever you go and get a treatment, you just pull whatever out.
Exactly.
That's
so it's
really
like,
cool.
It's like a little
learning something.
aesthetic savings account.
Yeah,
is
that
what I
is
like
so
to call
cool.
it.
I
Right?
like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
A med spa savings account.
I love that.
And
Mystique really is
A
the
Mystique
one-stop
savings
shop.
account.
Yeah.
That's wild.
so
teaches you how to budget.
That's how I'm going to start advertising it to college kids. Yeah. We're going to teach you how to be financially responsible. But yeah, whatever level that you decide to bank
I love that.
determines
That's
the
so
discounts that you
cool.
get. And then
Okay.
our members get special perks too.
Nice.
So you also get like 20 units of free Botox in your birthday month,
Oh, nice.
stuff like that.
Okay.
So it's a lot of our patients take advantage of it because it is so reasonable, and you get extra perks and for
You left me in
instance,
this
our
conversation.
members get your 21.
Yeah.
So our members get champagne.
fun.
We have twice a week live music at Mystique
Oh,
for
we
our
experienced
members.
that
Yeah,
too.
that was
They
awesome.
were
I was
there.
talking to some of the employees about that. I was
Yeah.
like, this is fun. Do you do this all the time?
Yeah.
Or like, are we that special?
That's
or
good
is
for
it
the
just because?
employees, good
Yeah,
for
I
the
was like,
employees
there's-
and the people that come in.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's what's so cool about it.
It's a lot of fun. We
Yes,
actually, since we started it maybe a month and a half, 2 months ago, and our
fun.
patients now are intentionally rebooking their appointments on
On
days
those
that the
days?
live music
Oh,
is there.
Very cool.
You can't drink before your appointment because they're medical procedures.
Yes, yeah.
However, we have snacks and champagne for you afterward, but that's just another member perk that we have.
That's so cool.
Why go anywhere else, guys?
Yeah.
Barbara's just feeding us so much information, which is excellent. She even said she's going to give Ellie a little perk. She said, we're going to help you educate yourself with finances.
Yeah.
And shoot you up a Botox.
I'm gonna need it. I'm gonna need it. I'm a big spender. So.
I love that. Her and my
need to learn how to,
fiance.
My perfect demographic.
Yeah.
I love it.
So as far as what treatments though that we'd recommend that you start getting at your age would be anything, obviously whatever is bothering you, if anything is bothering you when you look in the mirror. That's where we'd start.
Nice.
Non-negotiables for us: sunscreen all the time, sunscreen and retinol.
Okay.
Retinol is a great way to resurface your skin, to increase cell turnover, to make sure that you're not allowing fine lines and wrinkles to develop. So those are two you can get a retinol and a sunscreen at my office for $100.
How do you feel about, sorry to interrupt the girl conversation.
This is
They
like a
let
moment.
Mike just hang out.
Yeah.
So I'm like, you just chill.
I forgot he was here.
What you guys are great. What do you feel about the patches that go under your eyes, like the?
I see a lot of girls wearing
Michelle
them.
makes me wear these patches at night, man. She gives me this serum to put under my eyes. She gave me the red light therapy face mask. She said, Mike, I don't want you getting old. So, mind you, my girl's 15 years younger than me.
Smart cookie.
But what do you think of the patches? Like, do you think they actually work?
It depends on the grade of the patch. So there's the ones that you'll find at Ulta, Sephora.
Yeah.
They're not really going to do much to change your skin. And that's a really big difference between what you can get at an over-the-counter place. Like, it doesn't matter if it's Ulta, Sephora, CVS. It doesn't matter if you're at Saks Fifth Avenue.
Right.
They're all non-medical, which means that they can't really penetrate to a level to change your skin from the inside out. They can certainly work on the top layers of your skin, which are already dead, by the way. So when people come in and they say, I have this $400 serum that I got at Bloomingdale's, I'm like, that's cool, great, but you're not doing anything preventative and you're not doing anything that's actually going to change your skin. You're only masking the problem, if that makes sense. And you're going to be forever needing to use the same stuff every single day. There's no turning back the clock with that. It's only staying where you're at, if that makes sense. So, I use patches every once in a while. Skin Medica has some really great ones that are the sister to the Instant Bright eye cream that we have, which I did apply today. I still have skincare on. I just don't have makeup on. Those patches are good. But I mean, it's always fun to wear a little hydrating mask. Anything that is hydration is going to plump your skin a little bit.
I love that. Guys, we're going to take one quick commercial break. When we get back, we still have to talk about filler. And I want to talk about Botox. One sec, I have a couple more other questions about it.
Oh, boy.
Okay? See you in a minute. Get Fit in 30, sponsored by Mystique Medical Spa, located in Fresno, California. Your go-to location for facials, fillers, Botox, and everything in between. See you soon. Now, we talked about facials. You know, we talked about Ellie being young, and we talked about having financial security with Mystique Medical Spa. Now, filler, okay? So I'm not really educated on filler.
Yeah,
I really don't really know how it's put in your body. I don't know where they put it at. So educate me, and educate me too if it's safe for guys. You know, I didn't ask about that. The procedures that you guys do, do guys do them too?
Yeah.
But first, filler.
Yeah. So filler is, I'll be real honest, it's gotten a bad rap in the last couple years. A lot of celebrities who really overdid it decided that maybe I need to back off a little bit, and they went extreme. Courtney Cox comes to my mind, you know, immediately. She went from having this very youthful look. Also, she's decently skinny, right? So that doesn't help with volume loss. And so now she looks...
But where did she put it at? Like, where do you put it at?
I don't know. You know, these celebrities have these secrets. I don't know where they put it. But
but normally, where would you put it?
Common places.
We have multiple different types of filler that have different indications through the FDA. So everything from from your cheeks to your nasolabial folds, to your marionette lines, to your lips, your chin, your jawline.
Wow, so you can put it pretty much anywhere.
Yeah, I have filler in my chin and jawline and my lips, and I certainly need a retouch.
And it's supposed to make your face more pronounced?
Like more
It's helps with volume
Defined.
loss. So hyaluronic acid is hydrophilic, which basically means it draws water to the area. So there's a couple different types of filler on the market. All the ones that we use are hyaluronic acid based. We carry those because we believe that they're the most safe. And as we talked about earlier, making sure your injector is really well trained, so we're placing it in the right area, the right volume. People think that filler is just any type of filler is going to make them look overdone or fake because of what Hollywood has done to it. I said this the other day. Our patients, if they come in with no makeup and they come in, looking very natural, like they slept better, or they started doing yoga, that's our goal for your filler outcome. 1 cc of filler, which is how the syringes come, is 1/10 of a tablespoon.
So we say less is more than.
It's not as much as people think. Gotcha. So when our staff says, hey, in order to achieve the outcomes you're looking for, you might need anywhere between 5, 7, 8 syringes. Now, mind you, that'd be in multiple areas. They're like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna look like a plumped up, grape. Not really. And so once that filler gets in there, your body binds to that hyaluronic acid and it starts to create a very natural, smooth look. And the fillers last anywhere between a year to 2 years. Now, I'll tell you, anyone that tells you, oh, this syringe is going to last you 2 years, that is misleading. They were able to do studies that show that at the 2-year mark that there is still product in there. If you want to stay looking consistent and natural, you need to come in for touch-ups. So if you start with a baseline of those, let's even call it 5 syringes, and again, in multiple areas. If you start with a baseline of that, then maybe you're going to come in at 9 months and get 2 syringes. So staying consistent is your best bet, and just it's kind of like working out. Right? You might need to, if you're really trying to lose weight, you might need to hit it hard at 5-6 days a week. You have a goal, you have a reunion coming up. And then after that, you can maintenance, like going to the gym 3 days a week. It's the same sort of concept.
Excellent. And loved having you on once again from Mystique Medical Spa here in Fresno, California. I can't wait to episode 3, guys, and I can't wait to see you again,
We'll
Barb.
see you back in my office.
Yeah, baby.
Heck yeah.
See you soon.